Welcome to On Track with Vanessa Womack. This is a new year and a new format. And I'd like to introduce my panel to you because what I've done is reinvented On Track with Vanessa Womack. So I have cohorts as co-hosts. And we're going to talk about topics such as business, leadership, job creation, education, and all those social issues that are coming to the forefront. We're going to highlight some things that we have read about on the internet and what we see in the workplace. And, feel free to respond to our YouTube blog. We'd like to get your input too. So this is On Track with Vanessa Womack Topics on YouTube. And we have with us Sandra Bowling. Sandra, if you could introduce yourself to our viewing audience.
Okay, well, my name is Sandra Bowling. I'm founder of the Roving Assistant. And what I do is I help people master their passion. And I do that by offering services that basically help them to just deal with the administrative support, client relationship management, and then customer service when it comes to dealing with, I would say, social media specifically.
Okay. Dwayne Bennett.
Hello, my name is Dwayne Bennett. I'm author of the 7 Winning Ways to College Success and also founder of the College Success Roundtable. And what I do is help young people prepare for college, and I help them graduate when they get there. I'm also a native Richmonder, and I just want to say hello.
Okay, and we have on to my left, Lanre Ajibola.
Hello, my name is Lanre Ajibola. I am an architect by training, a banker by practice. So it's a diverse range of experiences, but I'm glad to be here to offer the young person's insight into our conversation today.
Absolutely, and as you can see, I have a nice, good variety of panelists or co-hosts for this first or inaugural show. And as we were gathering, we were talking about today, it just happens to be a holiday, but it's a very important holiday in our nation, I say globally, and that's the King holiday. So we are hoping that, and we know, this is my vision for On Track with Vanessa Womack on YouTube topics, but isn't it wonderful to start on Martin Luther King holiday?
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to talk about 2011. So glad that it's over. And what we learned from 2011, what we'd like to see improve, what we aspire to do in 2012 to improve, whether it's professionally, whether it's socially, whether it's in our communities. And we want to take a look at some things that really resonated in 2011, but we want to see change or improve, and what we're going to do to help make those changes or improvements. So, I'm going to start with the men first. Okay. Okay. I know, Dwayne, you're ready to jump in, aren't you?
Well, the thing in 2011, what really had an impact on me is how the world is getting smaller, and how the impact of events around the world, they permeate not only throughout the United States, but all the way here in Richmond. And one of the things is with our young people, now you have to have a vision that's beyond Richmond, beyond Virginia, and beyond the United States, because if things impacting us from the around the globe to here, then of course we can have an impact from here to around the globe. So that mixture of globalness towards localness is the thing that I see that has an impact. And in 2012, I'd like to try to add to that if we can.
Sounds great. Great starting us off with that. So because if anyone is listening to Lanre, he has this wonderful accent. Share with us your insight.
I in reference to the accent, I'm from Lagos, Nigeria, but I've lived in the U.S. for over 7 years now. So it's very interesting that you bring that up, because I think the whole world, you made a very good point that the whole world is becoming smaller, that everything that happens elsewhere has an impact. And with the advent of things like the Arab Spring and how big that got and how much it has influenced and how it influenced things like even our own version of Occupy Wall Street and things like that, it seems, and I think 2000, good that you mentioned that, because Time magazine released the Person of the Year, and it was the protester.
Yeah.
So essentially, people fighting the power, so to speak. So it's very interesting. 2011 was very interesting to see what individual actions can breed. Like the Arab Spring started with one Tunisian tradesperson on the street who got tired of oppression and set himself on fire. And interestingly, that was literally, but figuratively, set the entire Arab world on fire and essentially changed the way the world is operating when you have leaders that have been there for 40 years leaving because of people protesting. So I think 2011 was very powerful to see how our actions can impact, and when we do things with passion, how much they can do. Like the Tunisians, I don't think it never got violent. It never got violent, but they got him out. So it was very interesting to see how passion and how people's connection and how people's determination to get things done influence the world. That's very, very valuable.
And just to add to that, since it is Martin Luther King Day, he sort of established this nonviolent movement that permeated throughout the world, and for it to come back to us to show that there is power in individual movement, and when we collaborate, we can do some things, and the world has really picked up on that. And like you said, 40 years ago, we're getting it just so happens that we're getting out of dictators that's been there 40 years, but then Martin Luther King started the movement 40 or so years ago. So I think we're at a great time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sandra.
I was just going to add that we're now in an era where connectivity makes the globe seem so much smaller, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're as connected as we need to be. I think that's the biggest thing I saw in 2011 is that, especially with me working with younger folks, they don't necessarily see the value in connections, and that's something that I'm hoping that in 2012 we can change, because there has to be more mentoring, there has to be more people really investing themselves in young people so that they feel like they're part of it, because with all of the connectivity, they hear all of the global information, but I don't think they feel like they can make a difference. And so you have to kind of get them to think that, yes, you can make a difference, but think about how you can. And I think that's like a challenge.
Wow, I am so impressed with all the comments you've made so far. I don't have to talk too much because I think that they have shared already some insight and have given the audience some food for thought. So